All right, so we're going to take a look at an alternative method for rescuing out of the large re-anchor. So we have our casualty down in the middle of the bottom of the large re-anchor. The last video we showed you was a quick pick out, come back to the other side with no possibility of escaping out the other side. We're going to show you a different variation of that right here. So same as any other rescue, we climb up the access lines to the loop, and we're just going to change over into our ID on the standing lines. We're going to take those with us. Okay. Fully change over, get rid of my hand ascender here. Okay. And just like before, so same initial technique here. We're just going to take a single carabiner to our center D-ring and connect that to the loop, like so. Almost there. Okay, one point to the loop. And I'll take my secondary back up, which is on this side right now. And we'll clip that also to the track lines of the loop here. Okay, that's going to track me towards my casualty. And double check my ASAP's unlocked and start to come down. So we want to get just close enough to our casualty. Now we have heaps of loop here, to be fair, but if our loop was a little bit shorter, we might want to pull the casualty toward us. So as soon as we can reach and grab the tail rope of the ID, same as before, we can pull them a little bit closer, again, to avoid getting too deep into the loop. Okay. Remember to bring the back up with it. Now that's fine. Again, we have so much rope here, so I'm just going to go for it down a little bit here. Okay. So again, this is a good time to organize your ropes, so make sure you know where your loop is. We'll get that off to one side. And we're going to start making connections to our casualty. So once you get down to your casualty, we want to make two connections. So I'm going to take my spare cow's tail from my waist. I don't want to clip over the loop, so I want to make sure I'm not kind of reaching between the ropes here to do it. I've got my loop off to this side. I'm going to make the connection off to this side. So there's my one connection, waist to waist. Okay. My second connection, my short connection, is going to be the grillon. I'm going to put that on the spine of my ID just like before, only this time we're going to clip that to the casualty's sternal D-ring, not the ventral like we did in the other video. Okay, and you'll see why hopefully in a second. I'm going to pull that nice and tight. Okay, I don't have to get too carried away. I can put a little 3-to-1 on that to pull it tighter if I need to. Okay, and so essentially I've got 2 points for me in this direction. My casualty is now connected to me twice, so I don't need my connections to the loop this way, and they don't need their connection here to this side of the re-anchor. So I'm going to steal the ASAP, steal the ID, but I want to leave it on the rope so I don't drop it. So I'm going to take it off the sternal here and bump it around to my sternal, and then take it off the rope. Okay, save that for later. Now the easiest way to loosen off this so I can take my two connections off is just to lower out my casualty's ID. Okay, and I'm going to steal that as well. So I'm going to take it again off the D-ring first. I'm going to swing it around here. It's going to become my rope-to-rope ID on this side. So I'm going to put it through both my short link and my D-ring. And then I can take the rope out of there. It's a little bit cleaner once I get this rope out of here. We can see what's going on. And then I can remove my 2 points from the loop. So this is where we just want to clean up a little bit. And I can get rid of that for now, or I can save it for friction, but that's going to be my friction carabiner later. So now we're here. This loop is completely clear. And get rid of the drop set there, and we are off this side of the loop. Okay. Now, the next step is to get casualty off their crawl. So in order to do that, I'm gonna do a little bit of funky maneuver in here. If I can pull the loop over around your feet, perfect. I can get that. So essentially with this method, what we wanna do is get into a rope to rope on the other side of the loop. So to do that, I'm gonna load this backup line into my new ID that I just stole from my casualty. The ASAP is gonna go above the crawl here, and the hand ascender, which is, you can kind of see now is why I might wanna pull a little bit closer here so I can reach that ASAP nice and easy. So that's the goal. This is what we're getting to. So I'm gonna pull a little bit closer here. Okay, nice and easy with that Grion. Okay, and then I can think about loading up the backup line into my new ID, like so. Okay, now I have to be careful here. If I pull too close, too tight on this, I run the potential of, if we were to lose this line, we're gonna shock load the casualty's crawl. So what I wanna do here is I'll get this hand ascender out of the way a little bit. I can almost get rid of it completely. I could almost get rid of the duck now, but I'm gonna wait till I can tighten that up. And we're gonna go ASAP above the hand ascender here. Okay, now it's a bit of a squeeze, but it makes sure I'm protected above the crawl here, and then I can pull tight on the new ID. Okay, and now we're a little bit tangled here, but I can get rid of this duck. Okay, I can get rid of my casualty's hand ascender. And now you can see the only thing left is the crawl. Okay, I'll just take that off to your center there. All that's left is the crawl. So how are we gonna get off the crawl? We're gonna build a little 3-to-1 haul right here. Okay, so I've got a little basic and a pulley. Okay, open that up. And if I stay side on my casualty for now, I can kind of use my knees as well as I'm pulling. So you just watch that crawl as I'm hauling up this backup line, and you see it come loose just right there. I'll go one more just to be safe, that we're clear. Okay, open up the crawl, rope comes out, loop is not captured. And now I'm in a full, sorry, let me get you a little bit more comfortable there. Okay. And now I'm in a full rope to rope transfer. I could go out this way, I could go out this way. I'm just gonna come back the way I came. So we'll just get rid of this guy. Tuck him off to my side here. Okay. Now I have to be careful as I come down here. I'm not gonna get stuck in the loop again, so I'm just gonna keep it right here, nice and clean. I believe I said this last time, but we can debate here whether I need friction for this lower, but we're shared, I'm gonna use it anyway, just to be extra safe here. A little bit of friction down to plumb, and get out. Okay. Rid of that rig. Rid of my ASAP. Loop is clear. Good thing I got 18 carabiners. Use another one for friction here, and we'll come down to the ground.